in the history of the church, we have many advanced things in theological thought, in the devotions, in the spiritual life. So the people who were born like 1,900 years ago, it means that right after the ascension of Jesus into heaven, or for the first centuries, they did not have a devotion. For example, they did not have devotions. Devotion came gradually, little by little. And like in our century, in the last century, the 20th century, you got a number of new devotions. For example, devotion to Our Lady of Fatima, devotion to Divine Mercy, that's new for the last century. So this century, what news? I don't know yet. For the last century. So we have more and more devotions. So I say it again. There are three most important ways that God have used to grant us His grace, especially salvation. The sacraments, the Word of God, it means the Bible. The third one, the devotions. So we can say another way, we live through devotions. Especially the Catholics live through devotions. Most of the non-Catholic Christians don't have a devotions. Only the Orthodox and Anglican, they do. Some. They do have some devotion. Especially the Orthodox and the Anglicans, they have devotion to Mary. Yes. And they have a very strong devotion to Mary. And especially the devotion, can be expressed through the holy pictures, through different kinds of arts. Pictures, holy pictures, statues, and I don't know whether you know. If you don't know, sometime come to my office, you can see one of the holy image, it means a holy picture, in the form of icon. How to say, made by the Russians. Yeah. So the icon is special kinds of, you asked me a few days ago, right? Icon is special kind of holy picture they draw by different countries, different people from different countries, but especially the best one would be the Russian one, the Orthodox. Yeah, they have a strong devotion to Mary, and they have the strong and rich sentiment of devotion to Mary, and a number of artists draw very, very beautiful holy pictures. I have one of them upstairs in my office. You can see it. So one of the recommendation is that you should go to Russia if you want to enjoy the holy pictures, holy arts, especially the icon. Yeah. So come back to one kind of devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And when Jesus appeared to Margaret Mary Alacoque, he made a promise to her. So these 12 promises Jesus gave to her, made to her. I will give them all the graces necessary in their state of life. I will establish peace in their homes. So it means that, this is a very important message for us, especially for the moms, the mothers in a family. If you have, Jesus promised, if you have devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, He will help you to make peace in your home, in your family. And the practical thing is that your sentiment always have the love reserved to Jesus. To love, in other words, to love the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It means to love Jesus Himself. And also to make an act of consecration to Jesus. And the prayer we just recited, we may not understand the whole thing, but I just let you go through it to get some idea about the devotion and about the sentiment that we should have to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And this prayer on page 2 is composed by Saint Margaret Mary Alacoque. It's not by the others. So she understood what Jesus taught her about the Sacred Heart of Jesus, about His love. Number 3, promise 3, I will comfort them in their afflictions. So the mother should be happy, when you know this and try to practice it. Number 4, I will be their secure refuge during life and above all in death. I would like to explain, when I read this, I think about another point that is very important. To serve our family members is our duty. Like the mother serves the husband and the children, your duty. And you have to do, try to fulfill, try to do good. To contribute your part into the building up of the church in general, especially building up the church through building up the local church, which is the parish. It's your duty. Try to do the best you can. In your daily life, as a kind of routine, sometimes you do something that you don't feel that this is really a service. You do something to serve. Even, for example, sometimes you have to, your family has only one car. Sometimes you have to stand somewhere and wait for the car. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. You have to, 廣東話係利用呢段時間 to do something good, to do something that may bear the spiritual fruit, may bear something good for you and for others. So don't waste time. I just said something. Sometimes you may do something. It's not really a service, serving some people. In other words, don't let the time passes without doing anything that may bear the spiritual fruit for you and for others. Even sometimes you do something. I just give you the first example, to wait. The act of waiting for your husband, for example, to come to pick you up. Sometimes you do something like, for example, something, I don't know how to say, the corn, for example, the corn. a bad